Jake Paul to fight Mike Tyson. I'll be damned. Put it a full mass. Well, Jake Paul is set to fight former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson in a boxing match that will be live streamed on Netflix. You know who will be watching? Me, myself, and I. I promise you, I will be watching this. The bout is scheduled to take place on July 20th at the AT&T Stadium in Texas. Will be available to all Netflix subscribers. Tyson, at 57, is 30 years older than Jake Paul. The younger Paul has opened as a huge favorite to defeat Tyson, with opening ads at -360 for the problem child. That means a $100 bet on Paul would net a pay of $127.78. Implied odds give Paul a 78% chance of scoring a win over the heavyweight boxing legend. Tyson, a former world champion and one of the most feared knockout artists in combat sports history, is currently at a +300 underdog. A $100 wager on Tyson wins a better $400. So based on my calculation, I'm gonna get about 10 grand. With implied odds, giving Iron Mike just a 25% chance of seeing his hand raised. This will not be the first time Paul and Tyson have appeared on a boxing card together. Paul fought in the co-main event at the pay-per-view that saw Tyson fight in an exhibition match against Roy Jones Jr. in 2020, which was Tyson's first boxing match since 2006. Paul defeated former NBA player Nate Robinson via knockout in the second round of what was Paul's second professional boxing match. It's crazy to think that in my second pro fight, I went viral for knocking out Nate Robinson on Mike Tyson's undercard, Paul said. Now, less than 4 years later, I'm stepping up to face Tyson himself to see if I have what it takes to beat one of boxing's most notorious fighters and biggest icons. Sir, that was 30 years ago, sir. You're fighting an older, slower Mike Tyson. However, that only helps people like me because I get to bet $100 and get a cool $400, all right? He continues to say, within just 2.5 years of founding MVP, we're about to produce the biggest fight in history, a fight in the biggest NFL stadium in the US, broadcast live on the biggest streaming platform in the world. A testament to all we've accomplished in such a short amount of time. Whether you're tuning in on Netflix or showing out in person, whether you're Team Paul or Team Tyson, or whether you're a lifelong boxing fan or watching for the first time, watching your first fight, you're not going to want to miss this event. And now this is the hype culture, right? This is kind of the Don King thing where you just want people to have eyes, right? You want people to have eyes. You want people to come to the stadium. But here's the thing, Francesca. I don't want any money that bad. I'm not stepping into a ring with Iron Mike today, tomorrow, 10 years from now. But here's why. I'm gonna tell you why. The man still has a punch.
Yeah.
Okay, he messes around and lands one. He only has to land one. That was the thing about him. He only has to land one. It's over. All right, what say you?
And and we know what his fallback is if he can't, which is, biting. So I would be.
I forgot about that move. You're right.
Exactly. He also has a backup plan. Yeah. We've done stories about how like someone was just messing with Tyson on an airplane, and he just got up and slapped the dude. I don't even think it was a punch. He just slapped him.
Yeah.
And that guy was like, oh, and he was instantly, I guess, made famous. But look, here's what I'll say about Jake Paul. Look, he's a thirsty influencer, and I'm not mad at it. Like I think there are worse things we've seen that influencers can do. You could continue to spout like anti-vax lies. You could be a crazed right-winger. You could run for office of all things. Maybe Jake Paul will eventually. But getting into boxing is probably a good move for him. That being said, claiming that, hey, I beat a former NBA player at boxing in his second match, like, dude, I don't know if you're ready for Tyson. I'm not sure if you're quite ready for a 60-year-old Tyson. I don't know how old he is at this point, but I would be excited to see. And look, Netflix is reaping the benefits. They're really trying to like double down on these live events. So I don't know, Doc. I guess we're selling it here. And
yeah, listen, this is one thing. I am going to watch it. This is true. All right. I'm excited about it. And I think it's interesting just how, Mike Tyson will surface to do things like this sometimes. I saw the Roy Jones Jr. fight. I thought it was, I don't think they really went in like they kind of proclaimed. But this, I believe, will be different. I think this fight is going to actually be a brawl. And once again, I think Mike Tyson will be the victor at the end of the day.